This is Amud Yomi Gemara and Shabbos Adaf Ayin Dalid Amud Aleph. We're holding in the very top of Ayin Dalid Amud Aleph. We are 6 lines from the top. Tanur Rabbanan, and again, all the learning Shabias Chos Rafua Shalem of Miriam Ahuva Bas Esther and Tinoik Ben Miriam Ahuva B'Siyata the Shemaya. The Chos Atfila Berat Torah Berabim Tfila Berabim should bring us Yeshua's B'Karayv. Holding on Ayin Dalid Amud Aleph. Again, 6 lines down. Tanur Rabbanan. How you live on a mini eichlim if someone has different types of food in front of him. Bayer vaychel. He could select that which he needs and eat it. Bayer umayniach. He could select and leave for other people to eat it. However, so it says the Gemara, these are 3 cryptic statements. We have to try to figure out what exactly does this brisa mean. Says the Gemara, "My kamar, Amar Ola, Achi kamar, Bayer vaychel lebayim." He could select for that day and eat. Bayer vaychel, Bayer meniach lebayim. He could select and leave it for that day, ulamachar. But for tomorrow, lo yivrar, he cannot select. But and if he does, v'imbirer chayiv chatos. And if he does, it's an iser de'araisa. So to select and eat, so it's a misnomer to say selection on Shabbos is aser. Of course, there's the 3 conditions that we'll just list before we see the Gemara. Miyad, biyad, and eichel mitech. So do with your hand for immediate consumption and good for bad. But once you're doing those 3, then it's mutter. So selection is not aser. It's selection, as condition number 1 says the Gemara, is for later on in the day. And again, let's hone in on the lashain of the Gemara, chayiv chatos. It makes it into a deraisa. Really? What's going on? As we just mentioned, if the malacha is bayrer, all of a sudden, is it mutter? Can you do a malacha? Can I cook for today? No, the price only means if it's less than the shear. But if it's kashir, if you're doing the shear of a malacha, then lo yivrar. And if you do sovim biur, it's going to be chayiv chatos. Says Gemara, no way. Maskler Rav Yosef, nachamal v'chimotel avois bachsmin kashir. What are you talking about? Even if it's bachsmin kashir, it might not be a daraisa, but it's never going to be mutter. Ella Amar Rav Yosef as follows: Bayer v'eichel biyat. So he tries to change it. The first attempt was saying it for immediate consumption. Attempt number 2 says Gemara, no, it's for utilizing it with using your hands. But if you buy a miniach b'yad, you're allowed to do it with your hands to leave it. But if you're using a bayer utensil, then you cannot. Then birer potter avol ulcer. And you cannot do it with an abba and a kivra. You're not allowed to do bayer. Then birer chayiv chatas. And if you did so, then it's an issa derais. Says Gemara, Masler Rav Hamnuna. Asked Rav Hamnuna, Midei Kani v'tamcha Yitani. Does the Brisa say anything about a Kani v'tamcha? What are you talking about? How does that the pshan in the Brisa? Rav Hamnuna, you're allowed to take the good from the bad. You're allowed to leave it when you take the good from the bad. And as you realize, each of these stages in the Gemara is a different one of the 3 that we mentioned. First was for right away. Second was with your hand. And the third one is good from bad. Says Abaya, okay. You're allowed to do it for right away. And you're not allowed to do it for later on. And referring to Abaye saying something beautiful. So the Gemara is explaining that it's intrinsic in the malacha. That's pshan Abaye. That you can't do it, and if you do it, we make it as if it's as if it's la'itzer, as long as it's not done in the right manner, and that's what's aser. So when we ask, is bayrer also? The answer is absolutely not. Bayrer lo'itzer, bayrer for non-eating purposes is aser. But if it's within the eating purposes, which is biyan niyan as we paskin at every shlav of the Gemara, then it is mutter. Says the Gemara, About 10 lines from the bottom. First one line is Nachmeni. Two types of food. Ubir v'aychlan, you separate and you eat. Ubir v'niach, you separate and you leave. Ravashni masni pot. Ravir maybe masni chayiv. Ravashi masni potter. Ay, botani chayiv. But the Bryson said it's a deraisa. Says Gemara Lokasha. However, when you use a plate, a funnel or a white plate on benafik kivra. What's going on over here is different levels of bayrer utensils. A nafar v'kivra is a fine sieve. That's the highest level of bayrer utensils. The Gemara now is differentiating, but a lower level, a kani v'tamchoy, a wide plate or a funnel, which are items which are not bayrer friendly, doesn't aid in the bayrer and the selection if you have a large plate. Therefore, it will not be a daraisa. Kes Rav Dimi Amar, Shibsad Rav Bibi Havai, was a Shabbos of Rabibi, Shati Kameo Kakola de Peri. Excuse me, Viklayu Ravami Ravasi. Rami and Ravasi went to visit Rabibi. Shati Kameo Kakola de Peri. Rabibi threw a basket of fruit before everyone. They didn't know, why did he do that? Why did he throw out the whole basket of fruit? Meaning throw it down. Imisham, the Savar Echot is Aser. Imisham Ayin Yafa Udimachavin. Was he doing it? Meaning, why didn't he just take out the good stuff and eat it? Or maybe he was doing it Ayin Yafa, just wanted to make it generous to put out all the fruit for everyone to eat. And finally, one last case, says the Gemara. Chizkiya Amar says, Chizkiya, if you take a termusim, a type of beans from the waste, one is chayiv. Says the Gemara. It sounds like Chizkiya is holding even good from bad is a problem, which of course is a massive chiddush. Says the Gemara, no, shiny termusim. Termusim are different. Why? And these lines are cryptic lines. As we turn over to Indalim and Beis, says the Gemara, because termus is a type of bean. What do you do with this type of bean? The shagale shiva zimni, you boil it 7 times. And if you don't take the good from the bad, it spoils. Even though you're taking the good from the bad, at some level, since if you were to leave it in this state, it would spoil. So now, by removing the good from the bad, it's a form of bayrer. It's a form of tikkun. It's a form of psilas b'teich eichel, because it's fixing the dish. Even though you're taking the good stuff, the chiddush of termusim, therefore will be aser. Pick it up from here. B'siyata dishmaya.